it's me E and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, you can probably tell from the title, I'm going to be reviewing Zombies 3. If you have been following my channel for any time at all, you should know that I was a huge fan of the original Zombies movie, the first movie in the Zombies trilogy. It is my #1 favorite Disney Channel original movie of all time, and I just think it's really great, well executed, super fun, super cheesy, super cute. And the second one was pretty good too, a lot of good songs, so the anticipation, the hype for the third one was definitely real. I cleared my schedule, made sure that I didn't have anything going on yesterday evening, and me and a friend did a watch party and watched the movie together and kind of were live reacting to it together. I was really excited to watch it, and I'll say this, I think that I went in definitely biased. I went in watching the movie hoping to enjoy it, expecting to enjoy it, and wanting to enjoy it. And so I think as a result of that, I did enjoy it. I think if you go into a movie fully expecting to have a fun time, then there's a good chance you will have a fun time. I didn't go into it expecting to feel critical or whatever, even though I knew that it had a lot of hype and expectation to live up to. And I did have a lot of expectations for it, but also I don't know, I feel like I checked my expectations, and so I wasn't really worried too much going into it. In Zombies 2, Addison had this whole subplot of her feeling like she doesn't belong and she doesn't fit in, and she's trying to find her crowd, her people, or whatever. And in Zombies 2 it was stupid because she is a cheerleader and she had support from other cheerleaders on her squad to be the captain of the cheer squad. So I feel like she was already kind of accepted, even though she has the whole white hair thing going on that some people tease her about. In general, it's not like she doesn't fit in. And in general, it's not like she's not well liked, but she tells us that she feels like she doesn't fit in. And so I feel like that's realistic to a certain extent, to feel like you don't fit in even though you do, I guess kind of taking it for granted, I guess. But anyway, knowing that that's a part of Addison's character, and knowing that Zombies 3 was going to focus on aliens, I figured that there was going to be some sort of plot where Addison wants to fit in with the aliens. And to be honest, she really wasn't trying that hard to. I don't feel like she was immediately gravitating towards them or wanting to be one of them or expecting that she was one of them. But, and I don't want to spoil the end of the movie this early in the video, so I want to tell you that I'm not going to spoil it right away, but there will be a certain point in this video where I can't possibly review the movie without getting into all of it. So all that to say, basically, Addison's character, her who she is probably one of the biggest weak points of this trilogy. It's really not a problem in the first movie as much, but in the second and third movies it is. In the second movie, it's she's trying to convince us that she's just as oppressed as the zombies or the werewolves because she has super blonde hair, and it's girl, get a grip. And in this movie, she still is having problems with ingratitude, not recognizing the friends and the family that she has around her for who they are. And honestly, that's really my only problem with the movie, is Addison's character. It's not poor writing because it's consistent with Zombies 2. This is just what she's like. This is her personality. It's the way she's been characterized. It's not like she was out of character in this movie. And there's no problem with Meg Donnelly's acting. She did a great job. And I'll say that I immensely enjoyed the first 3/4 of the movie. No complaints, no notes, really. I just thought it was really cute. The plot of this movie really makes sense, even more sense than Zombie 2's plot did. There were really no points where I was wait, why are they doing this? It all added up, I guess. Some of it was convenient, but it's a Disney Channel original movie, so I don't really care. Actually, I take that back. This is not a Disney Channel original movie. This is a Disney Plus original. So with that in mind, I'm not going to be factoring this into the rankings of the other Disney Channel original movies, but I kind of will be, and I'll get to that at the end. Anyway, Milo Manheim's performance as Zed was just phenomenal, crazy good. This movie, he ate it up. I couldn't even, process it, really. He was just so awesome, and, he is so, charming, just so, uber charismatic and likable. And it really works for Zed's character. It was just so on point. And I actually really like the werewolves in this movie too. I liked the werewolves in this movie better than I liked them in the second movie, which was all about them. I was disappointed. Eliza, she was not present in this movie. Like physically, she was like basically Skyping with them the whole time from an internship. And that kind of undermined a little bit of the plot of the movie because obviously there's an alien invasion happening and the aliens have come to Seabrook to look for a map. Meanwhile, Zed's trying to get into college. Those are the kind of like the two plots going on. And Zed has a lot of pressure on him because he will be the first zombie to go to college. And if he gets in, then he's paving the way for other zombies and monsters to be permitted to college. But if Eliza's able to have this internship, then that kind of proves that like it's not really all necessarily riding on Zed because she was able to find success without his help in this particular instance. But that's not a huge deal. I'm glad that Eliza wasn't completely written out of the story anyway. One problem I have, like this is like the only problem of continuity, is like I don't understand why Bucky's still in school. In the first movie and second movie, it's heavily implied that he's at least 1 year older than Addison. In the second movie, when they're at the cheer camp, he calls himself and the other ACs veterans, and Addison and the zombies like the newcomers. So it seems like Bucky and the ACs have been on the team for at least a year. And in this movie, he doesn't even really need to be in school because part of the point is that like he's not the cheer captain anymore. You know, he became school president in the second movie, but they could have just said, Bucky, you're not the cheer captain anymore. You graduated already. They could have said that and just had him be like that classic kid who still lingers around the high school because he, you know, can't let go of his high school days. That would totally fit Bucky's personality. So I don't understand why they didn't just have that be the case. I actually thought that a lot of the special effects and like CGI in this movie were actually pretty good. The spaceship, the mothership or whatever that the aliens arrive on actually looks really good. The digital effects, it's not like they looked real, but they looked really vibrant and well designed and crisp, and like the physics of the animation were really like clever. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It looked really good and well designed. As far as like the alien invasion song at the beginning of the movie, that was probably my least favorite song in the movie, and it was still pretty good. The songs in this movie were, I think, really good. Addison and Zed have a song together that's absolutely adorable and funny. It's just like perfect for their relationship, and as I said, like they have such great chemistry together. And there's like a random plot at one point about one of the aliens liking Zed, like having a crush on him, but then out of nowhere they just get over it, and it's like, what was the point of that? Was it just for the jokes? I don't know. But anyway, there's a song like in the middle of the movie, and like I said, this is like the Zed going off to college plot. The song's called Exceptional Zed, and it just like epitomizes the change in Seabrook from Zombies 1 to Zombies 3. And like, if you know, in Zombies 1, basically Zed had to fight tooth and nail to be allowed to play football, and the town really only liked Zed if he was winning football games, and they were ready and willing to just drop him the very second he screwed up. But in Zombies 3, basically the whole town comes out to support and encourage him ahead of this college interview, and I just like cried because it was so sweet, and it like just represented such a like the change that has taken place in this town, and it's like very, I don't know, like you can really feel the change in that song, and it's just really sweet for Zed because he's this person who always lifts up and encourages others. But when he's having a moment of self-doubt, instead of him having to deal with it by himself, he finally has a network of people who are there to support him, and it just, it's so emotional. The cheer uniforms, also like the costumes in this movie, were better, I think, than any of the previous movies, and I never thought they were bad. I mean, the cheer uniforms in Zombies 2 were kind of cheap looking, but they looked really good in this movie. So this is where I think that the spoilers are going to come in. So, I feel like the fan art for this video at this point, if you can see what Addison looks like, that's kind of a spoiler for the end of the movie as well. So this is your warning. I'm going to talk more about the plot now. But as we approach the end of the movie, I still feel like the plot was fairly good and made sense, and the characterization had been consistent, but Addison is just an absolute mess. She obviously accepted the aliens and wanted to help them find their new home, and that just makes sense. That's good. But like, she finds out that she herself is an alien, and upon receiving this information, she's almost immediately willing to abandon all of her family and friends that she's known for all the 17 years of her life so that she can run off into space with some randos that she literally just met. I mean, I don't know the timeline of this movie, but it doesn't seem like the aliens are in town for like months. It seems like the aliens are in town for a few weeks. And it's like they don't even have any like scenes really showing Addison bonding with the aliens. Like we had in Zombies 2 with her bonding with the werewolves. Like, it made more sense in Zombies 2 for her to want to join the werewolves because they, like, really treated her like she was one of them. But the aliens didn't do that even after they found out that she was technically an alien. Obviously, Addison didn't really get much of a choice in the matter. She was told that she's the map for the aliens to find their new home, and that she has to come with them because it takes a while to like upload the coordinates from her DNA or whatever. It's confusing, but she has to go with them and stay with them in order to find the new planet. And also she has to go with them immediately because there's some problem with their ship, and if they don't leave now, they'll never be able to. So she really didn't have a choice, but the fact that she didn't even seem conflicted about it was weird. Like, she didn't seem sad at all. Like, and her and Zed had a song at the beginning of the movie, like I said, the one that was super adorable, where they were basically talking about how they wanted to be together forever and they hoped nothing would change that. And as soon as Addison has an opportunity to leave Seabrook, she takes it, basically. And she also called them her people. Like, she's like, I have to, they're my people. And it's like, girl, you just met them. And on top of that, you're only 1/4 alien, okay? Because it's her grandma that was an alien. She's 1/4 alien and 3/4 human. The humans are more her people than the aliens are, and she was raised by humans her whole life. She has no part in alien culture. So I don't understand her whole, they're me, like that's who I am, I finally found where I fit in, I finally found where I belong. It's like, girl, you belong here in Seabrook. You're the cheer captain, you've got all the werewolves who love you, you've got all the zombies who love you, you've got a family who loves you. What do you mean you don't know where you belong? Like, she has a really good life, all things considered, like with a network of people who love and support her. So I don't understand why she feels like she needs to go off and be with the aliens. It's the irritation I feel with, for instance, like stories about adopted people who like really desperately want to find their biological families. Like, for some people that may be the case, but to me, your family are the people who raised you and who cared for you and loved you your whole life. I can understand maybe being interested in knowing a little bit of information about your biological family, but I don't understand the feeling like you need to be with them as opposed to the people who know you and love you. And obviously Addison's parents are her biological parents, but it does still have that kind of feeling of like your biological family is more important than the family that you've built and chosen for yourself. And I just don't find that to be true in real life. And I think I wish that Addison learned that lesson in this movie. I wish that was the takeaway from the movie, but it wasn't. I don't know what the takeaway from the movie was. But anyway, they sing a rendition of Someday where the whole cast is singing it basically about Zed and Addison, and I cried. It was really emotional, and like the goodbye scene between Milo and Meg, like between Zed and Addison, like they just nailed it. Like the acting was so great, and that made me cry. And obviously the movie got a happy ending, which I was happy with. Like, I would have been devastated if Zed and Addison couldn't be together, but I will say, if I were Zed, I would be kind of ticked off. Like, I'm glad you're back home, but like, seriously, you were willing to abandon me and your family without even really thinking about it that hard? I think that there would have been a conversation to be had at that point. But anyway, as I said, this is not a Disney Channel original movie, so I don't technically need to rank it amongst the Disney Channel original movies, but I'll go ahead and give my scores here and tell you where it would fit in if it had to fit in. But anyway, the story I gave a 4 out of 5, and really the only point deduction was just for Addison's behavior. Like, it's in character, I just think she's dumb. The acting gets a 5 out of 5. Considering other movies that I've ranked, and given a 5 out of 5 for acting too, I wish I could rank this higher. Like, this really deserves a 6 or a 7 out of 5. Like, the acting in this movie is way better than is typically called for in a Disney Channel original movie. I was very impressed. The lesson, I give a 1 out of 5 because the lesson seems to be you need to find your biological family, or you need to find a clique to fit into in order to have a home and to feel like you belong. And that just is stupid. The songs, I give a 5 out of 5. The songs in this movie were good. I think they were better than Zombies 2. And the enjoyability, I give a 5 out of 5. I was just grinning the whole time, and I think I liked it. Again, I actually enjoyed it more than Zombies 2. I would definitely rewatch this, and I certainly intend to. And so, for me, this technically ranks at number 11 out of whatever it is. It would be like 111. It would just barely miss the top 10. It would be ranked a little lower than Descendants, which kind of pains me because I definitely like the Zombies trilogy better than the Descendants trilogy. And I actually liked Zombies 3 better than Zombies 2, I think, but I just don't think it was better, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you like something while also acknowledging the quality isn't exactly the same. But I don't know. It's hard to say. It's pretty much on the level, but nothing to me will ever even come close to Zombies. Like, I would have to see a Disney Channel original movie that really blew my socks off for me to think it was better than the original Zombies. The only Disney Channel original movie that's even close to being in consideration would be Lemonade Mouth, but still Zombies is number 1 for me, and I think always will be. But as I said, Zombies 3 is not a Disney Channel original movie, so it doesn't need to be on the list. So the actual official rankings are not affected by this movie's premiere. I believe that they're going to show it on Disney Channel in August at some point with an additional bonus song. But for now, we have the Disney Plus version. So if you have Disney Plus, you can go ahead and watch this now. And I have been listening to the song Exceptional Zed ever since the movie came out. I also really like the Werewolves song, which I think was called Come On Out. I think that a lot of people didn't like it, but I really like Wyatt's voice, so I like that one a lot too. And as I said, I enjoyed it. Even though Addison's behavior was stupid, I thought the movie was cute. The aliens themselves I didn't like. I thought they were annoying, but the plot was good. So, there you go. That's Zombies 3. I was not disappointed at all. In fact, I think they handled the Addison being an alien plotline a lot better than I thought they would. I kind of hoped she would stay a human, as I said, and basically learn her lesson that she already has a family that she fits into. But since they were obviously not going in that direction, I think they handled her whole being an alien thing pretty well. But give it a watch yourself and let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Bye!